Oh, hey, hi, hello. Thank you for being patient while we were getting tech stuff set up. Um, we have a very interesting session going for tonight, so be prepared. Um, we'll go ahead and round the room, introduce who we're playing as, and sort of what you guys thought about um, the situation between uh, Dimitri and Drake. That seems like a fun little topic to go over. Um, and we'll go ahead and start with Hannah because you were too cool for us last week.
Yeah, way too cool. And I'm Hannah. I'm playing Eva the Bruja, and although I wasn't there, Eva wasn't there. Um, I don't really have a whole lot of opinions about the Drake and Dimitri situation right now, but I'm sure it will come all the way around, and I'll be able to express my opinion pretty soon.
Good call. Good call. Speaking of, I feel like we should go with Dimitri next, just because it's minorly inconvenienced him in the past.
Hi, I'm Justin. I'll be playing Dimitri tonight, Vintru, and yeah, I don't think Drake's going to make it very long. That's just a gut feeling somewhere deep down. It just, I think Carter's premonitions may kind of indicate that his days are numbered. So, just saying.
I couldn't think of a better segue for Carter. You're up.
Hi, I'm Warren. I'm playing Carter, and as anybody who's watched the show for more than 15 minutes knows, I would rather be reading a book, or Carter would anyway. As far as the Dimitri Drake reveal, outwardly, Carter is like, oh no. Inwardly, Carter's like, yes, minion, kill this ghoul so I don't have to deal with it. That sounds phenomenal.
Keeping a ghoul is a lot of responsibilities. You have to water them, feed them, walk them sometimes.
I mean, let's be real. Drake is not who I would have chosen as a ghoul. He's not useless to me.
He's a rescue.
Like I don't exactly. He's a rescue, but he's like that stray that like shows up that you feel like guilt tripped into taking care of.
I feel like it's a lot of convenience with you. The blood bags, Drake. It's just sort of is convenient more than actually what you want to do.
That 1000% describes everything that's happened to Carter since this game has started. Right? Like none of this is going the way he wants it to go. We're just making the best of this series of terrible decisions.
A series of unfortunate events, one might say. And last but not least, Matthew.
Hi, I'm Richard. I'm playing Matthew, and Matthew's still semi-new to all of this. Strangely, so is everybody else, but Matthew's even more new. But yeah, Matthew will be very surprised if Dimitri and Drake both go into the building and both come out of the building.
That is a very good assessment, to say the least. Um, as we wrapped up with last week's session, you guys had a bit of a talk as you guys got back to sort of figure out what your next steps were going to be, what's going on. And you guys wanted to go ahead and also question your new friend, Drake, as you guys were sort of having this conversation. Prior to having that conversation, Drake, excuse me, someone called out to you guys and asked to have a private meeting as a sort of follow-up, as you guys were sort of in the wings about having someone help you. But you guys were deciding that you guys did not want any sort of help from Augustin. Wanted to sort of do things on your own as a coterie. Augustin understood and said if you guys, change your mind, you have his phone number. But he had to get back before anyone sort of realized that he was gone or where he might have gone to. But then you guys went ahead and got a delivery sent to your door. as a very large wooden box was sent in and was delivered. And as you guys went downstairs to talk to Drake, some information and some new light was brought up. That since you guys were being so forward and so truthful with Drake in this whole process of becoming a kindred, and certainly not a ghoul, because that would be rude, that he was offered some truth back to it, as Dimitri looked familiar. And it was sort of brought to light that Drake was part of the Inquisition that went through and tore through a good portion of his clan. Very angrily, and thanks to some lucky dice, Dimitri was able to storm out and go have a little bit of a hunt to sort of blow off some steam, while Carter and Matthew finished the interrogation. You guys went back and finished off sort of some conversation of what might be there at the site awaiting for you, and said that there were some biometric readers as well as a key card, but you guys do have a key card that will get you into most of the place. During this, Dimitri went for a hunt, and Dimitri found an individual who looks like was in the process of roughing up or robbing someone when Dimitri jumped the attacker, and ended up saving this individual's life. Trying to make this individual forget what they saw, it became very apparent quickly to Dimitri that this person is not an unaware mortal, but unaware werewolf that was in their human form and said, "Hey, I appreciate the help, but I got to go." Dimitri did get some information after trying to invite this lupine for a drink. Said, "Nope, I'm not interested. But here is the name of this vampire that Dimitri was very happy to go ahead and try to provide some information of what a very thin layer outline of what their plan is. But there was a lupine that they were aware of that was also being locked up, and if they would be interested in helping. Seemingly there was some, no puns intended, bad blood between the two lupine, and said that he could rot there. But she did give Dimitri their name, at least a name that would get them angry enough to do so, or to break out. But as you guys head back and continue your conversation on your sort of next steps of what to do, Eva came rushing in, carrying Hunter. Eva did have a couple of cuts, but it wasn't anything too crazy. But Hunter did look to be in not fantastic shape, but was brought to his room that you guys have inside of the Grove for him to rest, as Eva went to go patch things up. But at the end of last week's session, there was some business that we happened to take care of off a stream, because it was something that we forgot about until the very end, which was opening said box. You guys opened up the box, and it was a very finely crafted and finely painted picture. One that Dimitri meant to order, but had not got the opportunity to place it quite yet, but looks like someone placed it on his behalf and sent it to Dimitri, and that is a painting of a James Anson, a toreador that Dimitri had the chance to have a small snack with before his execution. And thanks to some investigating, Dimitri was able to find there was a very small bug sort of planted within some of the protective material to keep it from being planted. So Once again, it is possible that the code reset may be a little too much in prying years, but exactly what, not sure. But that is where we're going to be picking up. It is the same night, so there's no reason to do any sort of rouse checks for waking up. That being said, I will allow each of you to gain 1 willpower instead of the full refresh that you would typically do for starting a new session, since we are in the middle of this whole thing. But you guys can gain 1 willpower if you have used any. Eva, by the way, you did not use any through your course of your evening with the smashing of those people that were hurting Hunter. But you guys are all on the main floor of the Grove. Eva, you came up from Hunter's room, and the 3 of them are sort of looking around at this painting. Dimitri, you've just found said listening device and are in the process of putting it into a can to hold for later.
Yeah, I wrapped it in foil and stuck it inside of coffee.
Indeed. Also, Carter, I believe you also have your blood potency still increased.
Oh, do I?
Mm-hmm.
I believe this is all still the same night.
Yep.
Well, that is handy.
Mm-hmm. Oftentimes it is. Unless you're trying to eat out of a blood bag, then it's not super handy for you.
That's, sacrifices.
And you got to
must be
suck on
made.
some poor homeless guy and
Yeah, that
lick
works
the
out
dirt
for you.
off.
That. Oh, I've missed us. What would you guys like to do? As you guys have roughly about 4.5 hours before the sun comes up.
We doing this tonight?
In 4 hours?
Yeah, it's doable.
Is this when the Anarch are going to be giving us the distraction? We're supposed to just call them, right?
We make phone call.
I think maybe, but let's ask Drake when the shift change is.
Drake is not based out of here. He only go and come. I don't think he know much about it.
Mhm.
He's not like a big man. No lot.
Yeah, no, I think he's.
I mean, what?
I mean, it's worth asking, I guess, but I don't think he knows much more, to be honest.
That's all right. The dead of night is the best time to go do this anyway, because if we need to talk our way past people, we can drop names as needed, and they'll go, well, I need to talk to that person, and we can go, cool, you call them at 2 in the morning. I'm going to be standing back here with my job.
But do we have the names? How do we tell them call such and such if we don't have such and such's name?
Well, first of all, wait for Luke to text back that he's here, so I can produce some paperwork for us. But even if he doesn't know the shifts, I bet he knows who the authority figures in that building are.
Do you do crime lots?
I'm a lawyer, so no.
Okay, so for me, I like if I was going to rob someone, I not knock on door and say, "Hey, I'm repairman. Let me in your home, so I can fix things," and then I steal. No, I wait till you go to sleep. I sneak in. You'll never know I'm there, and if you wake up, I hit you in the head with a hammer, and everything is okay.
Okay, but is that your plan for breaking into the FBI building?
No, I just think that calling attention to ourselves is the wrong play. If we go and say, hey, we're here to pick up people, and what if we are wrong about everything we think we know? What if you say a lot about papal law? What if none of it applies? What if they exist? This is a whole other thing. And you start spitting out things, and now all of a sudden, we're a host.
You are
That is my
presuming
fear.
You are presuming a tremendous amount of innovation in the Catholic Church, but
No,
uh,
I'm
I,
presuming a lot about an organization that has infiltrated the deepest levels of government without being caught or ascertained. I'm assuming they know what they're doing, and us showing up with some paperwork that doesn't match anything they have on file may get us all killed.
You know what else is another? You know what else is the name for a conspiracy that runs the whole world secretly? The Camarilla. How organized are we?
Well, I would make the point that if someone showed up with some paperwork saying, "Hey, I've got this notice for the prince, let me in," they would probably die.
You think so?
All right,
Yes.
so I'm hearing that Dimitri feels like Matthew's plan is overly complicated, and Matthew,
I feel like
what?
we have the ability to go in stealthily. Why not do this instead of let them know we are there?
Absolutely, Dimitri. I think I hear what you're saying, but I would like to point out that your plan to sneak into a house and rob them and have a hammer in case they wake up is like 2 layers more prep than we have done for any of our crimes so far. We
And
have
it has
not.
always worked out.
What?
Why fix
Yes,
what
I
is
was
not
like,
broken?
it has worked out so well for us. You are absolutely correct.
We are still breathing. Well, not breathing, but you know what I mean.
I
You
think
get
there's a
points.
happy. I think there's a happy middle ground. I don't think it's terrible to talk about some plans, but I do agree that we need to have at minimum a extremely solid backup plan for when the cunning paperwork ploy doesn't pan out.
I guess my question would be, if you wanted to do the breaking into the house thing, the house this time being a group of armed vampire hunters, uh, how are you intending to get through the door?
We have all of the outfits, the helmets, the masks, the armor, the card key gets us inside. We can fake being alive. The biggest problem that we encounter is you. You screw up the cameras. If that
I can,
alerts them, you kill
I,
us all.
I can stay in the car, but if there's a guard at that door,
We use keycard, get inside. Chances are he say people come and go all the time. This was
it,
the
it,
plan originally.
in full face masks?
Yes, they wear body armor, helmets. You have to think
What?
this is a facility where if a vampire breaks free, you want to be as well equipped as possible, right? So you're not going to be walking around in your tighty whities, so to speak.
If it's also a place under camera surveillance, which I would screw up, walking around with your face covered is also going to be a red flag.
I know Drake did say that the face mask helmet was not unusual here because of the risk of eye contact with a vampire. But I would say we need to be prepped for a couple of things. The keycard plan is great, but as Matthew pointed out earlier this evening, it has been a few days and these people haven't checked in. If these places, it would be stupid of them to have not turned off his keycard. So I think fine, go try the keycard, but if that fails, we need to be ready. And I don't have a better cover story than what Matthew has. Does anybody else have a better talk our way through if the keycard fails?
Oh, no, the talking is not my specialty.
I can give the letter to Eva, and I can stay in the car so I don't set off anybody's alarms.
Well,
But the problem is that she doesn't know everything that you know. So if we're relying on knowledge of like all this papal law, and she hands paper and they ask her some question, are you even Catholic, Eva?
uh, no.
She's
It's a
screwed.
no. It's the government facility. The answer is, I didn't write it. I'm just doing what I'm told.
I don't have a problem bringing Matthew with us, right? If we're through the door and the camera's messing up, I mean, how long are we planning on staying here? Not long, right?
We don't know even where they are located at Carter. We don't know how deep inside of this place we are going to have to go.
The
We
bottom.
might have to go past 5 or 6 doors. I don't know.
It's going to be at the bottom because it's one of our plans. It's not going to go well. So
I'll tell you what. I'll wait in the car, presuming that the place isn't surrounded in like a Faraday cage. Text me. I will figure out my own way in if you need backup.
In all honesty, I would prefer to have you with us because if shit goes sideways, we need all the strength we can muster. I just
I'll
am
make-
concerned that everything we are relying on is all guess. And maybe you can bullshit your way through one or two guys. But what happens when you get to the guy you cannot bullshit? And then they close doors behind us. And they open fire with phosphorus rounds and we all die painfully.
I think you just answered your own question.
I don't like that.
Something as a reminder, you guys did get out of Drake prior or after Dimitri had left. Was that after you guys showed, showed your camera towards Matthew, and the camera was bugging out. He was very shocked that there was some sort of distortion happening. So he said again, he's not part of this portion of the organization, but everything has seen from his portion, they have never seen or encountered a kindred who has that capabilities. So it is possible that they would believe that it is a glitch. But again, it is going off of how much does this portion know versus what he knows. So just as a reminder as well, I know Dimitri wasn't exactly available for said portion, but just a reminder for the rest of the coterie who was there for the conversation.
Yeah, I think it's worth trying. We just need to be prepped for the cameras to be a problem. We need to be prepped for the key cards to be a problem. We need to be flexible and smart and
That does
get
not
bogged
apply
down.
to us.
Well, the
You be
first one
flexible.
does.
He can be smart.
There we go. Share the load.
Okay, so I guess we get everything we need. We make phone call. We prep your bullshit plan, right? Your plan to bullshit him. Is backup? Is that backup? We try keycard first,
Sure,
hoping that they don't notice the wiggle with the cameras when he come inside.
I will keep the letter on me for if we run into someone who says, "What's all this then?"
And
Okay,
if yes,
I mean,
and if-
you know, I mean, we're fucked anyway. So
Yep.
And if we get questioned, we point at Matthew and we rely on Matthew to explain that we're agents of the church or whatever. That I don't
did
know.
the uniforms that we got? Did any of them have like any sort of like ranking? Was there like one that was kind of like a ranking officer, like a sergeant, or anything like that that would indicate like maybe he's the guy to talk to?
No, none of them
I'm just thinking if we could give him that,
Right.
that uniform, that way it's like, look, that's the sergeant's. I don't know, man.
As you were sort of digging through everyone's stuff, all of them had the exact same looking armor. Each of them did have only one of them that you guys were able to find had a crucifix on them, the Second Inquisition that you guys were looking for. So it could be like that person is in charge, and it's sort of like a hidden way because it was tucked underneath his armor. But other than that, there is, if you were to set all the armors side by side, there is no way to actively differentiate between any of the armors.
I'll go ahead and give Matthew the crucifix and just kind of explain that to him that we found it on one of them. Could
Is
be
it-
significant.
Is it a regular like small gold crucifix, or is it like one of those big bishop's crosses things?
In between, it is a crucifix, but underneath of it has a almost like a bow tie underneath of the symbol of the Second Inquisition. So almost like it has like a little X that crosses right underneath where the crucifix itself crosses. So it almost looks like a crucifix if it were wearing a bow tie.
I will give it a kiss and put it on.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
And,
a crucifix as if it were wearing a bow tie.
I mean, it's
It's
where it's
elegant.
located.
It's just elegant.
Exactly. It's ready to go to all the black tie services.
Hey Eva, you want to help me with my bullshit plan? I have an idea, and two-man cons work better. So,
Sure.
if we do if and this is again, This is the backup plan if we run into people who demand an explanation. I give them the letter. You can be a government official from out of town who knows why we can't tell them what's going on. Also, still can't tell them what's going on, and you're not happy about it. So we'll have an argument while we're there. Little verisimilitude. But then you can be the one to reassure. No, I don't like it. I don't agree with it. But please just do as he asks.
That could maybe work.
Well, this whole plan is that could maybe work. So I think that's where we are.
I mean, the alternative is just we go buy a lot more propane. So
This sounds like a great plan.
I think
jeez.
we were tasked with actually like getting the Baron back in non-ash form, correct?
I don't believe it was specified, but there was certainly some assumed intent, I think, in the prince's orders.
Do you want to quibble? You want to quibble with the prince over details, all things considered?
No, I want you to quibble with the prince because you're a lawyer and you seem like you would do very well at it.
He is looking for an excuse to kill me.
Oh, okay.
Well, he sent you here, so he may have succeeded.
Yeah.
So as you guys have sort of, had this conversation, Luke does text you that he has arrived outside.
Okay.
But is awaiting, orders where to meet you or whatnot.
All right. I'm gonna go out and dictate to the secretary, and give me what I need to change into. I'll change my car.
We'll hook you up with the armor and the clothes and helmet.
There are a total of 4 suits of armor and helmet and all that good stuff and identification. Does that mean that Drake will be staying at the Grove, excuse me? Or is he going to be coming in a different form?
My vote is that he stays there. I think he's a risk.
He's absolutely a risk. Without a uniform, there's one too many of us. if he's there,
okay.
I mean, I don't love not having him. I wouldn't love him being here. There's no good. This is a terrible plan. But before we move on to said plan, Eva, what happened to Hunter? Is he okay? Like, what happened?
Yeah, I don't really know the whole story yet. I haven't been able to talk to him. But apparently he was attacked by some mortals. So I'm not sure any more information.
But he's okay. He's okay.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine.
Okay.
All right.
Did I get any armor, or not armor, but weapons from the mortals after attacking them?
Each of them had a just like a switchblade on them, but nothing super nice. But yeah, each of them had like a switchblade that they were stabbing into Hunter with.
Okay. I'm gonna take all of them. Or
Okay.
I did take
Would've.
all of them. Yeah.
Okay. That reminds me, Dimitri, are you bringing your newly acquired silver blade that you got?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, just wanted to understand.
Well, in case things go sideways with this werewolf.
Of course.
What are the odds that happens?
100%.
At least 4 out of 10.
Hey, Josh, what was that werewolf's name again that she gave me? I forgot to make note of it.
Let me.
Apologies.
How dare you? Let me.
And how many of the guns with the white phosphorus rounds do we have?
You guys each will have one because each one of the individuals had them in their go bag, but just weren't wearing them when you guys took down the group. So you guys will have a total of 4. And each of the ones that were not used have 10 rounds in it. I will get that and get that sent over to you. I just do not have that. And I don't know why I don't have that name saved for some reason. I will find it though. One moment.
No worries.
For the rest of you guys, are you guys go ahead and hopping into the Inquisition gear?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys all begin to suit up and get the helmets and everything on. Looking at the helmets, it has a visor that goes across here, and it is very, very tinted. Difficult to sort of see through, especially in the lighting you guys have for the club. But they have almost like additional blinders where it almost turns like the visor into a little box around each of your eyes, and it's very easy to like look and avert your eyes behind these blinders. So you're sort of getting a understanding of why they sort of walk around with these constantly when they're supposed to be on business. But the material is a very solid material. Each of you guys, while you guys are wearing it, you can go ahead and add +2 armor on while you guys are inside of this gear.
Where do you add that at?
I do not know. I was actually trying to also look that up.
I'm just gonna put it in notes for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
All right. And then the next mode of transport, or I guess the next question, is the mode of transportation that you are taking to the municipal building.
We probably should steal a car.
Probably.
Or change the license plate again.
We would change the
Just
license
worry
plate.
about the.
Oh.
Maybe.
No, I don't know. I wasn't there. I didn't see it.
What? Whose car did we change the license plate on?
It was some rando. I mean, it's fine.
Yikes.
Oh,
Could
yeah.
have been Bart's. I don't know.
Could have been Bart's.
Let's steal a car.
Okay. And thanks to your extensive research of this area, Dimitri, you definitely know of a place where a lot of people just have outdoor parking, especially at the college that's down the road. There's a ton of parking lots with out-of-state plates, they could be from anywhere. So you definitely have a large pool of selection of vehicles to choose from, all sorts of makes and models.
I'm going to look for something older, not likely to have any sort of GPS tracking, something that's going to stay off the radar, not too flashy, not catch a lot of attention.
You're looking for like a four-door sedan or looking for more like a SUV?
Probably something bigger, like a van or an SUV.
Okay. There's a couple of like older Equinoxes that are available for you to go ahead and choose from. So definitely able to go ahead and pop it open. I do need someone to go ahead and roll dexterity plus a larceny to go ahead and break in, whoever might be the best at that.
Eva, I think you're a little better at that than I am.
Yeah, what was it? Larceny and
Dexterity.
Dexterity?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, probably.
I think that's like an 8 dice
Yeah, I'm
pool for
pretty
you.
Plus 6, but yeah, it's
Very
Mine's like
close.
4, so we'll let you do the stealing.
alright.
All right. 2 successes. Yay. With 2 successes, thanks to it being an older model vehicle, it doesn't have all the bells and whistles where it would have, from your past experiences, Eva, probably have set off an alarm of some kind. But it doesn't look like this vehicle even has an alarm on it. But you're able to go ahead and get it opened. Now the next part would be hotwiring it, which probably is going to be either, I will say, either Dex plus technology or Dex plus larceny once more. Feels pretty okay to do.
Am I doing it again?
Yes.
Probably if it's Dex plus larceny.
Do it again. So I can share.
We're hedging our bets here.
Exactly. All right. Would you like to use any dex or any willpower to reroll any of those? You have a single success.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
Okay.
And you get to
I
roll.
just clicked the willpower reroll, right?
Yep. I think it'll ask you how many dice you want to roll. You can go ahead and put that in.
I can do 3.
Yep, up to 3.
Right? Okay.
Ooh,
Nice.
4 successes. You're able to go ahead and get it all started up. Click the wires together. Starts up. Absolutely,
driving.
just music begins to blare from inside of this vehicle. You heard it turn it down real quick before it brings too much attention. But yeah, who wants to go ahead and be the driver of this beautiful, beautiful shenanigans?
Not me, but oh my god, that was really fucking loud.
Does it have a felony
I'll
forest
drive.
hanging from the mirror?
You know, it does indeed have a nice little scented right on the mirror.
All right, yeah, I'll
That's
take
fine.
passenger seat.
I'll
Of
drive.
course. Eva,
Is Matt gonna ride with us? Was that the plan, or?
Yeah.
Yeah. He needs to be in the back seat with me. We need to talk about this plan he's come up with. Because I need to know word for word what to say.
and it is about an hour drive to where you guys are going. So by the time you guys get downtown, you guys will have about 3 hours to pull this off. While this is only on as well, are we wanting to go ahead and make that call to the Anarchs now, or do you guys want to wait till you guys are back in Indy?
Probably on our way there, right? Because that location was in Avon. Is that
Yeah.
where they were?
It was just by Avon, yeah. Okay.
So is that about the same distance?
It's going to be probably, instead of about an hour for you guys, about 15 minutes. So yes, absolutely make it closer on the way.
We can call them and give them a time frame to start the holy war, so to speak. We'll let Matt handle that since they think he's the temple.
Exactly.
2 quick things before I get in the van. I get that we use a laptop and a portable printer to print out my my fake letter.
Absolutely.
Once I have it all together, I give a little sigh. I say to Luke, "I'm sorry, but I appear to have run out of time. Turn your head and look that way." And then I slake 1 hunger off of my retainer.
He is happy to do so. It sort of shocked at first and winces a little bit and moves past it, but you can absolutely go ahead and remove 1 hunger. Dimitri, I believe you're sitting nice and comfy at 0.
Yeah, I had a hunter for lunch, so it was pretty tasty.
Yeah, not to confuse with Hunter, that was just, stabbed multiple times. But a hunter, not the hunter. Right.
Right.
Eva, I believe you're sitting at 1, as well as Carter also sitting at 1. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm at 1.
Yes.
Perfect.
And so the armor, I know it doesn't normally do anything for vampires because we already ignore the aggravated or from those weapons. So with this armor, would it make these bullets hurt less if we got shot with them again?
Yes, it would. It would because some of the impact in the phosphorus would hit the armor and not just fully be on you.
Cool, 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 cool.
Good question. Good question. As someone who's minorly injured, it's probably good to know.
Oh, not anymore. I'm good now. I'm good now.
Oh, it's a whole new Carter.
A whole new Carter. I just have this wicked scar that makes me look way cooler than I am.
Indeed.
Maybe if it weren't so skinny and booky. It still look like a nerd, just a nerd with a scar.
Ouch.
Same. Um, all right, you guys begin your drive towards Indianapolis. This is a good time for Eva and Matthew to go ahead and get down what they need to say.
Okay, so about what you were talking about earlier. Word for word, so that I can memorize it and repeat it over and over, and then I won't fuck it up.
Oh no, fucking it up is better because if you look confused, then they get confused. And if you look confused and like you don't know fully what's going on, that's probably par for the course. But think of it sort of like bullet points. You know that that the government has agreed to turn over these bodies to the church. You don't like it. I'm here as the representative of the church. They're supposed to do what I say until we get out of here, and you are able to file a complaint in the morning with command.
Okay, so I know that the government wants to turn over the body to the church, no, bodies, because there's multiple,
Right.
to the church, and I don't agree with it. Slow down.
No,
a
you
little.
don't. Yeah, you
Oh,
don't.
okay.
We're gonna argue about it. You're gonna be the sympathetic ear to these guys who want to tell me to shove off.
But I tell them to listen to anyway.
Yeah, tell them, look, I don't like it. I'm gonna file a complaint in the morning, but for now, just do as he asks.
Got it. That sounds kind of easy enough, as the rest of this plan does. Ugh, I really hope we don't die.
Me too.
So everybody else, do we want Matt to call? I can hold the phone. Can you talk to through the phone
He gave
on speaker?
no, what's his name gave you his number, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that other
Text him.
Bruja. Oh,
Yeah,
just text him.
text him. Text him and give him the time.
Okay. Um. Oh, Carter, you're driving. What time are we gonna get there? Not that I think we have a GPS.
I relate that.
Okay. Uh, I will text the Bruja and tell them to meet us in like 30 minutes.
We need to tell
Maybe
Bart it's going down
25.
too, right?
What?
We need to tell Bart it's going down too, right?
Yes,
Oh,
that way
that
he
guy.
can arrange for extraction.
That
Yeah.
the extraction part seems important.
Yes.
Indeed.
I plan to live through this.
How bold of
That's
you.
that makes one of us.
Yeah.
Um. it's relatively a quiet car ride as people are contemplating what their next moves are, what they're getting ready for. And you guys begin to head that way. It is roughly at this point about 10 minutes out. Are there any powers you guys would like to activate prior to walking in or driving into the municipal building?
Yeah, I'm gonna activate prowess.
Okay.
How long does what would be considered a scene? Like this whole extravaganza through the.
Once you guys get to and get into the municipal building, the entire time that you will be there will be considered a scene.
Okay.
So I'm pretty much asking, is there any powers you want to get prepared for that scene?
Yes, I want to go ahead and activate toughness.
Okay. Carter and Eva, anything you guys would like to have prepared as well?
I've got blood potency up for the night, so I think I'm okay.
Okay.
Certainly ready for any premonitions that might want to come my way.
You can also actively use that ability. Do you want to?
It doesn't seem like a bad idea. Sure.
Okay. Just because it's our first time using it, are you sure you want to have a premonition while driving?
Fair question.
The party dies on the way. We don't even make it to the building.
I'm not trying to trap you with any sort of question. Just wanting to make sure that I'm understanding, since you're, a little bit preoccupied as you're driving down.
Yeah. I mean, like next time I hit a red light, I'll see if I can get a premonition while I'm waiting for traffic.
Sure, sounds good. I just wanted to ask the silly question as part for fun,
great.
but also for, just clairvoyance, if you will. All right. What is the roll? I try to look as if I even own
It's resolve and auspex, and since I'm prompting it, I have to do a rouse check.
Okay.
So here's the rouse.
Ooh. Right. So I'm looking through here, and it looks like Matthew and Dimitri both failed the rouse check for their powers, but you guys are one step hungrier now. Dimitri, your hungerless enjoyment is rather short-lived, but you're a little tougher for it.
A lot tougher for it.
No, you're not wrong.
With this body armor, I can eat 5 superficial damage, buddy.
That is quite a bit tougher. You're right. All right, and 3 hits on the resolve.
Nice.
Are you sufficient with your 3 hits, or would you like to use any willpower?
I think I'm oh, you know what? I forgot my discipline power bonus die from my blood potency, which I will definitely add.
Use it. Use the potency of your blood. Also, as a reminder, Dimitri, you can now also heal 2 points of superficial damage instead of 1 because of your new wonderful blood potency as well. All right.
Yay!
All right, still 3. Perfect. All right. With 3, did you want to leave it at 3?
Yeah, I'll leave it at 3.
Perfect. Okay. You guys hit a red light roughly about 5 minutes out from the municipal building. As you're stopped and waiting, not many cars are passing. One, maybe two, are going through the said light. Carter, your vision sort of disappears from the road in front of you before it sort of lifts up out of the car, almost like you're being just taken out of your body and thrown into the sky. Premonition. Sorry, I'm also pulling up the power as well. I just want to make sure I have everything set up for it. What page is that discipline on? Real quick, sorry.
249.
Oh,
Thanks for that.
look at Dimitri
problem.
coming through. Okay. Uh, your eyes are shot forward out of the car, and you see what you assume is the municipal building. It's a very large glass structure that goes up probably about 10, maybe 12 floors. You can't get it exact as you're just zooming through. And you see this large open garage. You sort of zoom through that, and you can see the sort of thing that Drake was telling you about. As you can see the cars that are sort of parked there, all of them matching, except for two cars that are different. But you see, look through, and you see the keycard swipe. And you see a guy sort of arms crossed, similar looking pistol, which you guys have on his waist, all in full suit of armor. And then it sort of blinks, and you can see a large, dark room. And you can sort of see very small reflections inside of this room. And you see a single person, looks like they're beat to hell, laying in the middle of this glass box. Just laying face down. You've never seen this person before. But you can tell that there is a collar wrapped around their neck, and it has a bunch of different needles that are poking around it. Everyone else, you guys sort of see Carter looking forward. Eyes almost look glazed over as the light turns green. Doesn't move.
Is there any traffic behind us?
No traffic anywhere around. It's just... And you see... Carter, you see it. The person opens up their eyes, and they're white with very blinding yellow slivers inside. And it's sort of at that point you get thrusted back, and you landed right back in your body. Light is green. You see Dimitri sort of looking behind you and looking towards like the car behind to see if there's someone coming up behind you guys.
I will. I'll start going, and as we're driving, I'll say, "So, I, did some nerdy blood magic shit, and I think there's a guard by the door we're going to. So fine, he's in full armor, fine. Um, I got, it's a little fragmented, but I got a vision of a guy in a glass box with some kind of needle collar being held face down. He had white eyes with yellow slivers. Is that our werewolf guy? I don't know, but he seems like maybe he's important to what we're doing.
I have shit for a cult, so I have no clue what that means.
Yeah, I guess that's a very good question. Do I have any idea what that means?
It means he likes his eyes sunny side up.
Four.
4.
4 hits. Yep.
Um, you've heard and seen of a lot of things, but nothing matches werewolf. It obviously doesn't look kindred. I mean, it would be really weird if it was kindred, unless they're trying to test something. Um, but nothing instantly pops to your head of the way that this person was looking.
Drake had mentioned something about a mage. I don't know if I know enough about mages to know if that has anything to do with anything.
Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, you have a good understanding of the occult when it comes to like a fundamental level of like research and stuff like that, but not with someone who's more specific on the research that you complete. Hasn't exactly dove that into like actual magic, if that does exist.
Fair enough.
But you guys go ahead and continue forward. Now, as you guys begin to get close, I need everyone in the car to go roll wits and awareness for me, please.
I got 7. See the
Dang.
future.
Yeah. You don't need a stinking power to be that freaking premonitious. With 7, 3, 1, 7, 2. 2 and over, you guys recognize a couple of familiar cars parked outside of the building, just a couple, maybe about a block back, as the vehicles of the Bruja that were supposed to be causing the distraction.
Use your friends wisely.
Eva, you get a text message from them. We're in position. Let us know when to raid hell.
I'll relay the message to everybody else.
How long after we get inside the doors? If we get inside the doors.
How about right after we get into the garage? Then we have an alibi that we're not clearly not related to it, and the problem's going on outside.
What if they lock down the facility, though? Before we get inside.
Yeah, I like the right as we go inside.
Okay.
If we're to the point where we need an alibi, we are already effed.
You go ahead, and you get to the large metallic garage door. And Carter, this looks very, very familiar to you as you just went through this. But you do see there's a little card, a key card scanner to get into the garage.
Scan the key card.
You go ahead and scan the key card.
Flip the visor down.
Yep. you slide the key card, and it feels like an eternity has gone by, but the light turns green, and the garage door begins to open up. And that being said, I will move the scene on roll 20.
Oh, and hey, Eva, if the guard in the shack wants to talk and he's like going through a microphone or some sort of speaker, you're gonna have to talk to him. If I talk to him, I'm gonna sound like old time radio.
Okay, that sounds great.
It should be an issue. Just bark at him to let you in.
You guys go ahead and can you guys see roll 20 by the way?
Yep.
Okay. You guys see the wonderful garage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I forgot to put that's token there. Boom. I'm in the process of getting those. Put that's Dimitri.
Yay.
That's Eva. I was looking for Eva in the names to assign it to. It was like there's no one named Eva. You're grounded. Matthew and good old fashioned Carter. All right, everyone should be able to move said piece. If not, let me know. I will fix. Yeah, as this guard looks around, everyone's just running around doing just drills back and forth.
We're just Naruto running around the garage.
Just trying to play a good old-fashioned game of tag right after getting out of a long drive back. No, but you guys go ahead, and you guys can see there are 3 different cameras, one above the door, and this door looks like it is a solid metal door that says employee only that goes across the front of it. Next to it, there is next to the door is a key card scanner, as well as a guard standing by with arms crossed, looking through.
I am going to walk using Dimitri to screen me against this camera and that camera, hoping that this camera won't get much because of cars.
Mm-hmm.
But just keeping Dimitri between me and those lower 2.
Okay.
I make a pretty good wall.
Yeah, that's true. As you guys begin to head towards the door, who is taking the charge?
Carter, you're carrying the key, right?
Yep. I got the key.
Okay.
I guess you're the man with the plan. So
I do my best to just walk up like it's something I've done a billion times, and I just walk to the door.
Okay, you walk up to the door. The guy standing there, you see his visor and helmet sort of look over and looks back past towards you guys.
quick question:
Mhm.
Are we just assuming that we went ahead and did the blush of life?
If yes, I'm assuming that you guys wanted to go ahead and do that, but if you guys do want to do that, you guys need to go ahead and roll a rouse check for me, please.
Okay. Yeah, definitely, because I know they said they got thermal scanners and
How long does Blush last?
Let me double check.
For up to an hour, I think.
if we need more time than that, we're screwed.
But I think it can be just reapplied right afterwards again, correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
With another rouse check.
Yeah, I mean, you could keep, that's what I'm saying,
Keep getting hungrier.
Yeah. What's the worst that
Oh
could
man,
happen?
we can't even use cell phones without using Blush of Life.
Yep. Also
I didn't
true.
realize that.
Because at least if you have as long as you have
Touchscreen.
a touchscreen on it, because there's no like liquids to put out your fingerprint for it.
Well, I'm really hungry. I'm getting hungry, man.
Oh,
so much
no.
to eat.
That's 2 of us at Hunger too, and we're not even in the building yet.
Good,
This guard looks tasty.
good. Yes, pretty good.
There's a reason I didn't activate Shadowcast, because that would be another check.
Weird. You guys are being so cautious for some reason.
It's not going to last much longer. Don't worry.
Oh, I was never worried. Yeah, it does last an hour. Then
hold
if
on.
you want to, go ahead.
With the Blush of Life, you do a composure plus stamina test.
Uh,
Or do you do... Well, I'm just looking at Humanity 6. Okay, hold on. I apologize. I need to make also a composure plus stamina check. That's just me.
oh,
No, it's not just you.
oh,
Woo!
No, no.
Just to keep food down. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
just to
sorry.
keep
Yeah,
food
so
down.
if you use Blush of Life, you're
Okay.
fine. Otherwise, you have to
Yeah.
keep composure versus... Yeah.
yeah, but
Only if I
eat
somebody
something.
walks up to me and is like, "Here, eat this burrito." I'd be like, "Oh, damn it,
Oh, not again.
not another burrito."
But okay, so we have 2 fails for those. Matt and yep. Okay. Very good. Blush of Life is active. You go ahead and walk up, scan the key card. Doors open. And it's a normal like parking garage lighting in here, where it's just one of those, very long bulbs that barely illuminate anything in the garage. But as soon as you open up the door, it begins to just shine with light coming in. I don't know why I did it so difficultly. One moment. As you begin to open up, and you can see that each of these carpeted offices have a glass barrier that goes around the portion of where it makes the cross at. The exterior walls are of stone. There is a large, almost looks like a explosive hole door across the way from you guys on the opposite side. There is an elevator on the right, and there is another security door on the left, and at the end of these hallways. And you can see there are 8 unarmored individuals, almost looking like desk jockeys more than actual people. They're wearing, nice button-up shirts. As well as some of them are wearing just like full, like, looks like they have jackets on the back of the desk. Look like just normal people that are very, business type. But no one, as you guys sort of walk in, no one bats an eye at you guys walking in this gear.
All right.
Is there
so
any
we're
sort of like
thinking-
wayfinding, like this way to Vampire Death Lab, or
There is, unfortunately, not for you guys. But Carter, you do recognize the large blast door at the end of the hallway, of where that individual with the white eyes with the yellow sliver was at.
like right behind the door is what I'm thinking, or
So
that's
that's at least the room that glass building, or that glass room, was inside of. So there's like there was like an open area, and in the middle of that open area was a glass room that had that person laying down inside of it.
All right. So, whispering to Dimitri. So the guy in the box is straight ahead. I think we want to go down.
okay, I follow your lead.
As you guys all single-filedly heading downwards, and you guys can see at each door, even going down and going to the right and going up north as well, each access point has a keycard swipe. So it doesn't look like you get anywhere if you don't have a keycard.
So the elevator was up here.
Yep, elevator up top, large blast door, and another security door down here. And you can see there are a camera, or is a camera at each door as well. As you guys are inside the building, you guys see a small blinking light pop up right in the middle of the intersection. And you get to see all the people looking around. You can hear, do we know why we're on lockdown? My guess is gang stuff happening outside. A lot of shooting, but we're just making sure. And it almost like it's almost unfazing them. They just go back to typing on their computers. So are you guys wanting to head up north towards the elevator or head down south towards the security room?
I don't know.
You do know that this, like, I should have described it better. I do apologize. There was a ramp that brought you downwards underneath the municipal building. So you guys are below ground level currently. So I do apologize. I should have said that. That was my bad. But you guys did go down a small ramp to go underneath the municipal building that this was on the side of.
Okay, so we're already in. Okay.
Yep. You just don't know what floor you're on, but you're at least underneath the building.
All right. So let's go this way then.
Okay. You go over there? Yeah.
Can I blink really fast to the elevator and see if it has like what floor number we're on, and then blink back? Like, would that be one blink or two?
It would technically be two, but people would notice that you disappeared and then possibly reappeared back if you want to do that.
Oh.
Visibly, you would not be there and then be there.
Yeah, never mind then.
Okay. I just want
to know how to get back. That's the main thing we need right now.
Yep. You go ahead and walk up to it and slide it open. Or slide the card. Again, and it feels like an eternity goes through. And then the door opens up from the center. It pulls to the side. And the opposite, it looks almost... What's the best word to look for? It is very symbolic of some very rundown looking prison where like this is all beautiful, nice looking. Even like the garage was like well kept. This looks like beyond its security is just bare minimum. As you open it up and you see a hallway that has a multitude, total I guess I should say 5 metal doors. There's no windows into them, they're just metal doors, and they're just numbered starting on your left 1, 2, 1 at the very end is 3, 4, and then 5 on your right.
Are there cameras in here?
There are no cameras whatsoever in here.
Don't want those video files to get subpoenaed.
No, you definitely don't.
Do the doors here have keycard locks?
They do. But
right, you've got the clearance to open them.
Which one do you want to go ahead and test?
I think the furthest one.
The one at the very end?
Yeah.
Okay.
Once Eva gets through the door, so nobody's...
Yeah, no one's left out. Everyone comes through the door, and it almost like it's on a timer. It shuts shortly after you guys all enter. You go down to the very end, you swipe the card, and it opens.
Oh.
So far, so good.
In this room, in the center of it, put in manacles on a wooden board. You can see Prince Joshua staked through and through, where he's staked into the board. there is a little, almost looks like a medical board that looks like would be for like a surgeon, where there's a bunch of different tools laid out next to him, all covered in some sort of blood. There is a, to be specific, where's that? Units. There is a flask, a cross, a flashlight, a gas torch, multiple different types of and length and sharpness, rigid of knives, and a hacksaw that are all, besides the blowtorch, covered in blood. And you can see on his chest where his... Eva, you've seen Baron Joshua. He's still wearing the exact same clothes that he wore to the rant and rave. Besides, they're now heavily torched. And you can see a large burn mark around where the stake is at. As well as cuts all over his body. But his eyes are closed and he is staked through the heart.
Someone should take pictures of this stuff for the record.
I didn't bring a camera. Did
you bring your phone?
Didn't want my SIM card in here.
I do have mine since I had to text the anarchs.
Okay.
Just in case anybody says, well, it can't be that serious a threat, right?
You go ahead and take a picture. And outside of, as everyone's, I'm assuming everyone is in the room now with Baron Joshua. Is that correct?
I am, yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of hang back in the hallway just in case.
Okay. Eva, are you inside of the room taking the picture, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I'm gonna put my foot to
Block
just
the
make
door?
sure that the door stays open.
Yeah. After maybe about 40 seconds, you begin to feel the door trying to shut on their foot.
Is there? I assume there's a key card from the inside.
Yes, there is. Yep.
Dimitri, do you want to wait in the hall in case we can't get back out? You can. Oh, do we have two? We have two key cards, right?
You guys have actually 4 key cards. Each individual had a key
okay.
card.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'll wait outside.
Yep. So you guys go ahead and split 2 and 2. The guys shut the door. And those out in the hallway, even through the door, you can hear what sounds like a very, very faint alarm now being played on the exterior portion. Those of you in the room, you guys don't hear anything, but you guys are in the room with Baron Joshua. Is there anything you guys would like to do beyond taking the picture? Excuse me.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Are there body bags in here?
There is no body bag in here, but there is, which you guys actually have seen thanks to the pictures, almost looks like large plastic boxes that almost look like makeshift coffins that can be moved and pulled open. And his is sitting in the corner, almost like just sort of pushed into the corner with the box sort of, or the top on it.
Okay, I'm gonna. He staked through the table. So what I'm gonna try and do is just break the end off the stake, so that the rest of the stake is still in there and he's still staked through the heart.
Right.
But he's no longer attached to the table, so we can put him in the box.
Yeah, go ahead and roll just strength plus brawl for me to
You bet.
break that.
And I got prowess on right now, so
Yep.
this will do +2.
Yeah, it will. You okay there, Carter?
Yeah, I was gonna do a taste for blood
Okay.
to just make sure that this is not some weird trap or something.
Yeah. And did you want to use any willpower to re-roll that taste for blood?
Yeah, I'll roll 3 of those.
Okay. And that is a solid 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. You go ahead and just snap and just break it. It's obviously still has him staked, but you successfully got it to not be attached to the table anymore.
Okay.
Check out that reroll.
Nice.
Oh! That went from a 1 to a solid 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep.
That is a solid reroll if I've ever seen. You go ahead and taste the blood on it. Yeah, this is Baron Joshua. What other information do you get to know?
Relative blood potency and thus generation band. A critical win reveals whether the subject has ever committed diablerie, and the generation within one of the vampire.
Okay, you did get a critical success thanks to your reroll. This vampire has indeed committed diablerie and is a generation 10.
Oh shit!
Better hope.
Maybe we should leave him here.
Nope. We should definitely have him in our pack. Yeah, we know we need this dude.
No, we just need to not fail any more rouse checks.
Okay. Those of you in the hallway, which I believe is Dimitri and... Is it just Dimitri? Or Eva, are you in the hallway
I think
as
it's
well?
just me.
Okay. Dimitri, in the hallway, it's very, very muffled because of this blast door. But you hear automatic gunfire happening in that next room where you just came from.
Okay, I am gonna very quickly swipe open the other doors,
Mhm.
just because I'm trying to find furry backup.
You go through and swipe the other doors. If I can get to roll 20.
Deet, 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 deet.
Mm-hmm. And you see 3 skeletons that are on 3 of the beds.
Oh.
Look like they've been here for a while. But you do see another woman, heavily beat, but staked through the heart as well.
Ah. It's gonna be our other person we're looking for, isn't it?
But she is sort of like, almost like she was like thrown in here. She wasn't placed any sort of methodical way like Baron Joshua was. She was just sort of like almost tossed with the stake in her. And it's through her, but it's not through anything else behind her.
Okay.
Matching the files you did get, this does match Angela Wyatt.
Briefly glancing at the other corpses, the ones that are skeletal, do any of them have like stakes through them, like they were obvious vampires?
There are no stakes through them.
Okay.
But you do see that there are a lot of, almost like a lot of the rooms underneath on the back of the wall looks like there's like a char mark on the back.
Okay. I'll go into the room and I guess does she have a coffin in there too?
She does, yes.
Okay. I'll slide that out in the hallway and kind of roughly toss her into it. Seal it up and sit on it. Just
Yep.
wait for everybody else to finish up what they're doing.
And while you're waiting for this and getting all this stuff, you can still hear the automatic gunfire going off. And then it goes silent.
Well, it's either a good thing or a bad thing.
And all the lights in this portion go out, and it is replaced with a red light.
Well, we got what we came for, right?
I think so, yeah. Question: did our kit come with any like flashbang or smoke grenades of any kind?
They did not come with any sort of grenades of any sort.
We should don't grab this like flashlight and vial and all that crap. If there was anything that looked important, I would grab that along with the prince or the Baron.
Yeah. Again, there's the cross, and you've seen that it is an actual like wooden cross, and it was very, very old. as well as a flask that does have the same looking bow tie crucifix sort of on the front. And I think that is everything. Yep. And the stakes in there are the same nicely crafted ones that you guys currently have. Thanks for the hunter kit that you guys got from the FBI vehicle. But do you guys want to go ahead and take Baron Joshua, put him in the box as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Matthew will cross himself whenever he goes in front of the cross.
You go ahead and box him up, get him to the hallway.
Matt, I assume you're better. You guys are probably both better at a fight than I am. I can carry the Baron in the box by myself, right?
What's your strength?
2.
2. It would probably be a little difficult. You'd definitely be slower, but you could definitely carry that. Yeah.
Okay, and I'll blood surge it if I have to get out the door.
Yep. You go ahead and head out. The rest of you guys as well. You guys see now as you guys open the door, you see Dimitri sitting on another box, arms sort of crossed as he's sitting on it. And
Hey guys!
It's very ominous looking as well because he's sort of sitting in the dark with a single red light that's sort of casting over him.
What took you so long?
We can discuss
I stopped
that
to read a
later.
book.
No, we need to get the heck out of here.
Is there something you'd like to share about why the light changed?
Well, the shooting stopped, so it's either a good thing or bad. But I think it's the get the fuck out of here as quickly as possible sign.
Yeah, I'll buy that.
One problem, the other guy, X, he's no here.
I think that's fine.
Let's see what's going on when we get out. If we've got time, we can check the other door. But I think we should. This is a win, right? The Baron and Wyatt. That's a win.
Yeah, I don't
Hey,
think the other one was necessary.
That is fulfilling the task we were given, and we are way ahead of the game. We should go.
I will kind of step to the side as best I can. When this door opens, is it open to expose the entire hallway, or is there anywhere where we can take some kind of cover?
Yeah, when you guys walked in, it opened up the hallway all the way, and it is the lane, or like as soon as it opens, it almost like it goes into like the hallway walls where it just fully opens. You guys, if you wanted 2K cover, you guys could use one of the rooms, but again, it seems like they close on like a 45-second timer after they're being opened. But you guys walk up, and you guys notice the first thing that the keycard reader doesn't look like it's powered.
Oh, shit.
Time to tear a door down.
Eva, you get on this side, I get on that side. We pull it open. Yes.
Sounds great. Let's do it.
It will be very difficult as there is no like ledges to pull into, so you guys have to like try to get your fingers into this very, very tight. So it'll be very difficult.
Would it make a difference for us with lethal body, since we both have
Lethal body? It would definitely help. It will reduce the difficulty of it. So one of you can lead with strength plus brawl, and I'll go ahead and give you guys a bonus die for the assistance.
I got 7 for strength plus brawl. What about you?
Same.
Nice.
We're going to fuck some shit up. Have your dice been hot tonight? Eva, why don't you go for it? I'll give you a bonus. I'll assist.
Okay, fingers
I
crossed.
think I got my good roll earlier when I did my 7 on perception. I think my juju's probably been wasted.
Alright, let's try this.
Some willpower reroll.
Yeah,
He's not gonna get it.
Yeah. I can do 3, correct? 'Cause-
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Oh shit.
It's 4. Were you able to do it?
4 solid. 4 solid.
With 4, you go and pull, and you guys can get if even though there's like no, it seems like it doesn't feel like it's being powered to shut, but it's just extremely heavy, and you get it opened probably about an inch, and you see glass shattered everywhere on the inside, and the red light that's in there. You can see a couple of individuals sort of running, and now you can see a couple of muzzle flashes happening, but it seems like it's being from a silenced weapon. As you see this person just get picked up and thrown across the room.
The person who was shooting?
Yeah, the person who was shooting just get picked up and thrown across the room. But you don't see who threw him. You just saw the person go whoop, and be sent across and hit, and then fall, and then not make any sort of sound as it's gotten up.
Man, these guys are having a bad day.
I have difficulty believing that that's the same people we talked to in the bar. They're not that clever. They could not have gotten this far.
Oh, it's probably the werewolf. But
Oh no.
I keep hearing talk about this werewolf. What are you guys talking about?
He's
we'll-
not being
we'll talk after you get
We'll
this
talk
door
about
open.
it later.
Come on, guys.
We'll put our backs into it again. A little easier now that we've got the crack started.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Okay.
Do I need to come
You
up
want
there
me
and
to
do it
go
for
this
you?
time?
If you want to, sure.
At their
Do it.
surgical tools,
Sure, I'll
was there a rib spreader?
There was not any sort of rib spread. It looks like they were just like sawing through with the hacksaw, compared to the
That's another 4.
4. You get it open about halfway. You guys could fit through one by one.
What about the coffins?
Coffins, they would barely fit through.
Okay.
As you sort of pull it across, you hear coming from the other side of the door. Dimitri, it's at this point you remember that the name that was given to you was Rachel.
It's just gonna piss it off.
But you can just hear it, and it gets up to the door that's being pried open.
Wait, please, Rachel, don't kill me.
And as you say that, you begin to see him sort of put his large claws through the door,
Oh shit!
and his face comes through. And for those of you who haven't seen a lupine before, you can see him fully shapeshifted and long nose extending through, long scar going through, and you could see almost like dog-like eyes, bright yellow eyes.
You want to lift out of here? I can take you to the person who you scratched up their arm, who gave me that nickname for you.
You don't smell.
No, we all bathed.
No,
We don't have
it's
time
the
for this. Let's go.
It's the fact you don't smell at all because
Okay, but we are the ones with car keys, so do we want to talk about odor choices or do we want to leave?
Hey, we can give you a lift.
Matthew, you can go ahead with the assist of Dimitri. Roll charisma plus persuasion.
Sure.
And as you
He's
can
like,
see, you see the claws.
Most definitely.
The claws, and you guys have felt this material. It is very durable. You see the claws begin to dig in to the metal.
Yeah, this is not good. The other one was much nicer than this.
Hey, look, it's time for a willpower reroll.
Yeah, it is. It's also like the other one wasn't poked and prodded in a government black site.
Nice. 4.
4?
4 is the number.
Okay.
It's looking good.
You see him just grip onto the doors and throw them open and sort of like fully extend the doors. As now you can see, for him to be able to look down into it, he's crouching his head down a little bit to look into the door frame. And he is just large. And he's just...
My hand's wrapped around the handle of that silver knife behind my back. Like,
You guys...
It's time to go.
We're leaving, is what we're doing.
we need to get out of here before they get back up.
Follow me.
Yes, sir.
And as you sort of walk through, you can see there's just carnage everywhere. Guys that are literally torn in half, like fists going through people. One guy is actually like, there's a piece of glass that is from it, and he's just skewered onto it. It is a absolute mess. The only thing you guys do notice is that the large blast door at the end had no damage done to it whatsoever. It looked like it was open on purpose.
This one?
The one at the far end where he was behind, yeah.
So I figure.
So is this the guy that was behind? Is this the guy from my vision?
It is the guy from your vision, yeah.
Okay.
I figure
So it
most
was
of the
my
office,
girlfriend.
most of the office is obliterated. But is there a pile of paperwork I could just reach out and grab on our way out?
Yeah, I mean, there is definitely paperwork you can grab. You don't know what it is, but you can just grab it and
I have
go.
no idea. I have no idea. I don't care. I'm just pick up
Whatever
a
details we
sheaf
can
of it.
snag, right?
Yep. Pick up a sheaf of it and go.
He looks to you. How'd you guys get in here?
We broke in.
We drove.
I meant into the facility. There's key cards at
But-
every door. How did you guys get in?
I hold up my key card. We can talk in the
Stole the
car.
key card?
We need to go.
Can I have it?
Yes,
toss it
here,
to him.
Let's go.
He goes ahead and turns around and swipes it and reaches around, and you see him pull the guard that was standing outside in. And you just see here a loud crack as the body just goes limp in his hand. He throws it off to the side, and the door is open.
Oh, I
Thank
think
you.
I hear my mother calling me.
And he looks around. I don't know who you know, but Bart says his regards.
Ooh.
You are an extraction. Yes.
On
This
the
is awesome.
on the
Holy
outside,
crap.
you guys can hear the sounds of gunfire begin to taper off. Outside, and
Quickly!
from your guys' head or your helmets, you can begin to hear comms come through now. Of there's too many. Everyone back inside the building, regroup. I don't know where these vampires figured us were at, but these blank bodies, they're going to overrun us. Everyone back inside. We have a bigger problem on floor 7.
I'm going to grab the broken body of the guy of the guard who was standing outside.
Mhm.
I'm presuming he's dead or in the process of dying, but I'm going to drag him to the car anyway. As long as he's in the process of dying, I can say he was alive when I took him. When I hand him over to the anarch who insisted on having someone to interrogate.
Perfect.
Oh yeah. Is there anybody alive?
This guy maybe. Not by
Turn
not
into
much.
ghoul quick.
Exactly.
Let's just chuck him out of the car when we drive by.
Could you?
Here's your gift.
But you guys go ahead, hop into the vehicle, and the lupine stays.
Oh, he's doing some damage.
He goes ahead and slides the door open for you guys to leave. And what you guys see is just bodies in the streets. You can see roughly about 10 of the guards you guys are impersonating, and 4 bodies that are very quickly and rapidly deteriorating. But you guys drive by or head out, and you take a couple of pot shots, nothing damaging, but damage the vehicle more than anything like that. As the garage door behind you begins to shut again, and you can see the couple of the Bruja that are standing. You can see all the people begin to run back towards the municipal building as they get into the cars and drive off, and all the cars go in different directions. My next question for you guys is, where would you guys like to go?
We're going to the prince.
Yes.
And it's very, very close. It is a couple of blocks down from where you guys are.
We want to switch cars first.
Yeah, we'll
Yes.
probably ditch this one like a few blocks away and
Okay.
switch into something
Um,
just as big.
right, exactly. There's actually a couple of... You guys are only a couple blocks from the prince, one of the prince's office. So you absolutely could drop it there and grab another vehicle and then make it to the circle, the monument circle where his offices are. You guys go ahead, and to be very quick and nonchalant, you guys both grab the side of the box and begin to head it up into the monument, take it off and it's very difficult to move because there's already a very small space to go up this spiral as is. So the fact you're like putting it like the coffins like on end and trying to move them in a way, they barely fit into the elevator to head back down into the prince's domain. But as you look, the guard looks you guys up and down, presses the elevator button, and descends down with you guys. And
Hey, what do you know? You were right.
right, and it's almost like he's trying to look at you guys, almost like a train wreck, right? You don't want to look at it, but he's trying to keep his mind, keep to himself. As you guys are just all wearing your heavy armor, just carrying these boxes. So that's trying to keep an eye down. As you guys go through, you do see Nessa and Augustin having a conversation out in the main area. As they sort of look over and look at you, and they almost get into defensive position.
I'll take off my
Flip
helmet.
up my visor.
Oh, they.
Hey!
Oh, the. Okay.
Did someone order some steaks?
Yes, this way.
You
this
might
way.
talk to this guy about who he lets in here.
Yeah. No, we will bring it to the prince's attention right away. Please. You guys go up and you guys go to Jordan's desk. Let me. He doesn't have any meeting on the book, but let me make sure he's clear. And she excuses herself and goes into the office of the prince. And you just hear, "What?" As she sort of excuses herself, re-enters into her little area. He is available.
We'll heft the coffins and carry them inside.
As you guys head in, drop them inside. And the prince is, while still very well dressed, not in his grand suit or anything like that, but still very well dressed, button up that's undone a little at the top and sort of arms crossed. And you can sort of see a little bit more feral in him than typically, but you can definitely tell he's holding a lot of it back. Am I to presume these are the individuals that you guys were tasked with?
We'll open them up. Watch.
This is good work. It's good work indeed. I will.
You have doubts?
I think most people did. By the sounds of it, you guys also had your share of doubts at the beginning. But you guys performed above and beyond.
It was a pleasure to serve, my prince.
Consider your debts paid. Now, and you hear him clap as Jordan walks back in. Yeah, yes, my prince. Would you do me the favor of sending in our guests? Would be great. Whenever you get a moment, please. She looks around the room. Now? Yes, now. Please. She excuses herself, shuts the door, and leaves. Well, we had our doubts, but this was very beneficial for the Ivory Tower. This is someone who's been a pain in my ass since I became a prince here. And now we have a chance to make a large thorn go away, and it's all thanks to you. And while this is a debt that needed paid, there's also a test. And he looks directly at you, Dimitri. We believe that there's someone leaking information. While you guys were handling this operation, our haven was approached upon by what we believe to be members of the Inquisition. And I think the only reason why it hasn't been leveled yet is because it is a monument in the capital of this city. Now, Dimitri, how well do you trust the people you came over with?
They are my family.
I appreciate that, but that was not the question.
I would trust them with my life.
Okay. As far as we're aware, and the information and the data that we've been able to grab, we haven't seen any sort of Inquisition activity around prior to your arrival. I'm not saying that you guys couldn't have been tracked, but 2 places within a month seems a little suspicious. And I know now that it's not you.
A pleasure to serve.
I just hope everyone in your family believes the same. And I hope we can have this conversation without you spreading it to your family.
Of course, my prince.
Very good. Now, you guys have all earned a position in this domain. You are more welcome to stay as you see fit, as long as you are welcome to being continually ruled as it's been. And at this point, you can see him weirdly begin to like fidget with his fingers, almost like he's having a hard time keeping concentration on what he's trying to say. Almost like he's just nervous. It's the first time you've seen him break his very professional stature. Enjoy what you guys are partaking in, whether it be your business. Sorry, go ahead.
Will we be relocating your haven, my prince, given that the Inquisition is aware of its location?
The thing that's difficult about hiding in plain sight, you're not sure if it's known or if it's still hidden. I do have multiple coteries that I have trusted with different jobs to act as a security if needed. And I'm hoping that your coterie becomes one of them, if you guys would be interested.
As before, it is always a pleasure to serve.
He looks over to the rest of the coterie. And yes, Carter, this means you have access to our library once again.
It's a
Don't look
pleasure to
don't look
serve.
at me. Don't look at me. I'm just here for the donuts.
And he looks over to you, Matthew. Officially welcome to the Ivory Tower, friend. It's been a long, painful journey for some, but you've paid your debt forward.
Thank you.
Now, I have a couple of other meetings with my Primogen after the possible discovery, as well as what we're going to be doing with Baron Joshua and Angela Wyatt.
As you desire, my prince. If I could, though, have a moment of your time alone.
Your club opens tomorrow, yes?
It does.
Would tomorrow suffice for this conversation between us? I just have a lot of business I need to handle before the sun rises.
It could be the most ideal time. An excellent suggestion, my prince.
I appreciate your generosity. It looks like the Clan of Kings once again wins. And he sort of...
I live to serve.
Alright. The rest of you, enjoy the rest of your evening. Make sure you guys get back to your haven in time. And don't let the sun hit you on the way out. And he sort of smirks a little bit. And he walks over to the two boxes.
Before you leave, I cross my arms. What about my sire?
What about her?
Well, I mean, it wasn't said, but I kind of assumed that me doing this job for you would help her.
I can agree that it does help her.
In what way?
Whenever she leaves torpor, she's free to go. I will have the stake removed. And when she wakes, she's waken a free person and not continually under the stake until I decide. While you did reduce your
Most
sentence,
generous, my prince.
I just glare at Dimitri.
Just as a thought, since you have 2 extra bodies you have to store anyway, could we possibly take her with us?
Her sire? Absolutely not. No, that would require us going and fetching her, and honestly, I just do not have the time for it.
Oh, she's over in Gary or something. Got it.
Something like that. Now, while this was very helpful, it got you guys off the hook, but your sires also needed to pay for the crime that they partook, and they are dealing with it of their own charter. Eva, this is the second time you've spoke against me in my own court. Please do not make a habit of it being the third.
I'm just gonna stare at him.
He stares right
I will.
back.
I'll kind of put myself between her and him. I think it is time that we no longer press upon your generosity.
Are you going to be having mortals at your opening tomorrow? Or is there going to be a portion of just of our kind?
Tomorrow is just for our kind.
Perfect. I have an announcement that I would like to make at your party as well. Once again, we will discuss it tomorrow, but I would like to use that opportunity to announce the location of our next Elysium.
It would be our honor.
Wonderful. Everyone, be off.
Let's go, Eva.
As you guys go ahead and leave, there is no one now in the main area. You guys are just left to yourselves. An impossible job, done with careful planning and the proper tools, but nonetheless, a job done together. And for that is where we will go ahead and wrap up tonight's episode and our first leg of our chronicle. It is an awesome journey, and I am very happy with the way that tonight turned out. I was excited for some possible combat, but you guys happened to get quite a bit of goods and research done, and thankfully you guys had a ghoul that had a lot of insider information as well for it that helped quite a bit, as well as timing. Timing was a very important thing as well, which we will be happy to discuss. But everyone at home, thank you guys so much for coming out and hanging out with us for the first 10 episodes already, guys. This is episode 10. I cannot believe that. And I think out of the 10 episodes, I think 8 of them had explosions in it, I believe.
Sounds legit.
But thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. Really appreciate it. We'll be back again next Tuesday with another episode of Indy by Night. And we will see you guys later. Have a good night, guys.
Bye.
Bye.